All right. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
What are you wearing?
My Gimli outfit.
What? Gimli? I thought we were doing Mansions of Madness.
No. I'm Gimli.
I'm wearing the wrong costume. Oh, God!
Today we're playing Lord of the Rings, Journeys in Middle-earth by Fantasy Flight Games.
And not Mansions of Madness.
Also by Fantasy Flight Games.
We are pairing with a beer. And that beer is...
Dragon's Milk from New Holland Brewery.
That fits pretty well with this. Okay, I like it.
It does.
Yeah.
It's almost like I thought this through.
You sure did, buddy.
Hey, Chris.
Yes.
Are you ready to get table hopped?
Let's get table hopped!
Dragon's Milk from New Holland Brewing out of Holland, Missouri, is an American Imperial Double Stout. It is 11% ABV and 31 IBUs. A stout with roasty malt character intermingled with deep vanilla tones, all dancing in an oak bath.
Cheers! We just had the Dragon's Milk from New Holland Brewing. What do you think of it?
It's a stout.
It's a stout.
It is a bourbon barrel-aged
stout. Exactly.
There's nothing special about it, I don't feel.
No.
It's
boozy. It's heavy. It's perfect for a 100-degree weather day.
It's exactly what they label it as.
Yeah. I think it sets the bar for a good bourbon-style stout, bourbon-aged stout.
Yeah, it's definitely malty.
Sure.
The bourbon is in there.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
Absolutely. It's a good 11%.
What would you give it on a scale of 1 to 5?
The plain one out of 5, I'd probably give it a 3.75.
Yeah.
They have a one that has like the vanilla beans and stuff in it that I like a little bit better. But I feel like if I'm going to show someone a bourbon barrel aged one, this is a run of the mill. This is one I would pick up.
Yeah. I'd probably give it a 3. It's a little too malty for me, but I think it's fine. It is an average stout for me.
Well, Steve, before we do the game, I feel like I dressed up for the wrong kind of game, Mansions of Madness. So I'm gonna put on something different. All right, we got a minute.
What are you gonna put on?
Here we go. Ta-da!
So, you're what?
I'm Legolas, the elf from the forest. I am Orlando Bloom, the elf.
Well, I'm glad you're in character.
Yes, I need my bow.
Where is your bow?
I wore the wrong costume, so I have a bow.
I wonder if we'll find it in our journey in Middle-earth.
Ooh, let's find out.
So, in Lord of the Rings Journeys in Middle-earth, 1 to 5 players take on the roles of adventurers from the Lord of the Rings realm.
Precious! And you have my bow.
And my axe.
Lord of the Rings Journeys in Middle-earth relies heavily on an app. The app will actually will lead you through a campaign, will tell you what maps you need, what characters you need, what cards you need, will save your progress for you.
And it's available on all platforms, right?
Yep, iOS, Android, Mac, and PC.
Can I get on my BlackBerry?
Good luck.
Awesome.
Good luck. There's 2 different kinds of maps. So there's the exploration map, which are these hex-based maps kind of showing a much larger progress across the land. And then there's the battle map, which is a much smaller, more confined location. And typically those do have more hand-to-hand combat battles.
More strategery.
Exactly. So the game's 1 to 5 players. Takes as long as you want it to, honestly.
Each mission was about 45 to an hour.
In about 45 minutes. The app is gorgeous.
Yes.
It's just absolutely gorgeous. It's very user-friendly, very intuitive, without getting too spoilery. This game does have mechanics that remind you of Mansions of Madness, but it feels much more refined.
Exactly. Because the app takes care of most of the adversaries.
Yeah, exactly. Again, just like Mansions of Madness, it works on a card-based system, so there's no dice rolling. All of your actions that you take will be based on the cards that you draw and reveal.
Yeah, so when you try to do an action, you reveal the cards, and it'll tell you how many successes you earn and whether you are able to pass that test or not.
exactly.
I really like how in the exploration map, when you move onto a space and you collect the exploration token, then it's kind of like a choose your own adventure. Like the app gives you, like maybe you found a pile of something, you need to lift it up, or with a strength check or something. You never know where the map builds as you play.
Yeah. And then not only do you select a character, but you're also going to select a role for that character. You might play as the captain,
Right.
or you might play as a musician. There's, I think, something like 8 different roles that you can play.
Right.
So gives the game a lot of replayability there.
I like how the class system works. So you can play Bilbo the musician or Bilbo the barbarian, and it'll change the way you play the same character with its different class.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
much more customizable.
The minis are very detailed.
Absolutely.
I think that is the big selling point of this game. Is this is one of the first Lord of the Rings board games that has minis attached to it.
Right.
You know, obviously there's Lord of the Rings Risk, which has minis.
Sure, but it's not.
And then the Lord of the Rings War Game as well. But these are absolutely gorgeous PVC minis. The terrain, I do wish were. I wish there were some 3D elements there.
Yeah, it's much more of a top-down visual. Like you can make like a little inn, and
Right.
so that's a little different. But it's definitely not like Like
it's not immersive.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All the cards feel great. There are a bunch of cards.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cards. And unfortunately, like every other Fantasy Flight game, you pick up the game and you throw the insert out because it's just a piece of cardboard.
Yeah, they have a standard.
Just makes a valley inside the box,
Mhm.
which with 300 cards in there.
That's it, and then you sleeve them, and they're
Yeah.
like twice as thick.
Yeah, exactly.
But they do give you a nice, big, deep box to fit it in.
Yeah, and that's going to be great for when all the expansions start coming out for it.
Although that will fill up quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like what you're talking about the pieces. Like, you remember Hero Quest when they had like the full on like furniture?
Mhm.
That would be pretty neat.
And I felt the same way with Descent, right?
Sure.
Like, I've always felt like treasure chests and all that, like,
Yeah,
like they could have just been more.
exactly.
More terrain
Yeah,
pieces.
the dungeons in that game are painted in.
Right.
It's not like I
Exactly.
do see what you're saying.
But
But all in all,
yeah,
great presentation.
again, without being too spoilery, I felt like the campaign was great.
Sure.
There are lots of twists in it, and lots of different types of games.
Yes.
There are.
It's not all beat 'em ups.
Right. There's not just like, oh, go and kill all these guys. There's a lot of races. You know, you're trying to get to a point before somebody else does.
Yep.
There's a lot of, or there was a couple social deduction ones.
Yeah. Kind of a treasure hunty kind of thing too.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of different types of game modes, if you were, all inside of a single campaign.
Right.
And I like that a lot.
Very fun.
Yeah.
What would you give this on Board Game Geek?
Whew.
It's a tough one.
Yeah. I'd probably give it an 8.
Mhm.
I think the only thing holding it back from an 8.5 for me is the terrain pieces.
I can see that.
If they included like some sort of 3D terrain, and I get it, right? Like there's like the tables flip over and then they're barrels.
Yeah.
Like you can only get so much. But had they done that, even in some sort of like special edition, I probably would have picked that up.
And I feel like eventually you'll probably be able to find that on Etsy or something.
Oh, yeah.
Someone's going to definitely build them.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, the pieces are generic enough where like you could get some 3D tables or some walls, you know.
Sure.
but
What's the MSRP on the base game?
$80.
Oh, yeah. I think that's fair because you're also paying for the app.
Yeah. The app development is again, the app is just
Fantastic.
beautiful.
It looks so good.
It works well.
I would give it an 8.5. I like this game a lot. I do see what you're saying about the components, but for $80, I think you're just buying the car. It's a lot of cards. Yeah.
Exactly.
And the minis look fantastic.
Yeah. Thanks to Cape Fear Games for providing us with this game. Be sure to check out capefeargames.com and use code GETHOPPY for a special discount on your next order.
Get hoppy. And also, remember, check out our bi-weekly podcast. And remember,
Good games.
good beer.
Great times!